And here we go. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to the Kathy J Show. I'm Chef David Bondarchuck, and I'm filling in for my friend Kathy today on her show. Thank you for allowing me this platform, Miss Kathy. We love you and we miss you. She asked me to come back and host the show, so here I am. But today I'm not alone. I'm here with a good friend, but most importantly, she's a restaurateur, she's an entrepreneur, and she is a force to be reckoned with. My friend, Miss Melissa Rickman.
Hi. Oh.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
It is really my pleasure. I'm so happy to be here. I love you. Miss you, Kathy. Get better soon.
So Melissa is the owner of Wholly Stromboli, located up in Fort Lupton, Colorado, and it is the most amazing Italian food that I've ever had. One of my very favorite restaurants in the entire world is Balthazar, and when I come to your restaurant here in Colorado, I have that same feeling of being with family and just you're treated like be our guest, and I love it.
That's what we're all about, is, you're part of our family when you come to eat with us.
So how did you start Wholly Stromboli? Like, what was the whole, story behind it?
The whole story behind it is I knew that I was going to own Wholly Stromboli since I was like 17. And I just saw on TV that there was a whole pizza expo, and these guys were just like all about pizza. Like, there's a whole pizza games and all kinds of competitions. And I was like, I want to be a part of that. My mom made Strombolis when I was a kid, and I told her, I said, we got to sell these things, And so when I was about 19, I had the name picked out. I'm not 19 anymore. That was a long time
None
ago.
None of us are. So you mentioned Pizza Expo, and that's connected with your induction to the Worldwide Pizza Champions.
Yay. So exciting.
Huge honor. You've got to really, be on your game to be inducted on that team.
You do.
Tell us about the Pizza Champions.
So there are only a handful of women on the team, and I'm proud to be one of them. And the World Pizza Champions are just committed to education and furthering the industry of pizza making to the next level, to really take it seriously as a career. And all things related to pizza is what we teach. And so some people compete, some people do the more culinary aspect of things. I started there, but I really found my passion in teaching. I love teaching pizza. I love teaching pizzas too, but I love to teach people about being a successful operator.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. And who run the world? Girls who run the world, girls. Yeah. So that's not all that you do. Miss Fort Lupton, you are competing this year in the Miss Colorado pageant. Tell us about that.
Mrs. Colorado pageant. So yes, I'm competing in the Mrs. Colorado pageant. The opportunity was brought to me about 4 months ago, and I really had to sit with it a little bit to make sure it was in line with my career goals, but it absolutely is. And I'll tell you, I've met some of the most amazing women on the planet so far. It really gives me the opportunity to share my mission, which is to say, we don't have to find the yes outside of ourselves to say, yeah, you can open a pizzeria. You say, darn it, I am going to open a pizzeria. I know I can. And to tap into that, right? You want to be a firefighter, you want to be a vet. But by the way, I don't have to stop being a woman. So I can be a pizza queen and a beauty queen all at the same time.
Absolutely. And all this show, we are going to show you amazing Italian recipes. So stick around, and when you come back, me and Melissa are heading to the kitchen, and we're going to start our cooking special for you. It is all about Italian food today on the Kathy J Show, so don't go away.
Kathy J. The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on.
Kathy J. Well, welcome back to the Kathy J Show. I'm Chef David Bondarchuck here with my good friend Melissa Rickman, owner of Wholly Stromboli up in Fort Lupton. And I always call you the Pizza Queen. I don't know if you knew that or not. That's like my nickname for you. And I don't know what the heck I was thinking, but I was like, if I'm going to be with the Pizza Queen, I want to show her my focaccia. By the way, this recipe is featured in my very own cookbook, available on Amazon.
It's amazing, by the way. Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and start in this mixture right here, Melissa. I have 5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now to that, I'm gonna add 1 packet of rapid rise yeast, which is about 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon here of sugar, and we're going to add 2 1/2 teaspoons, of kosher salt. Add that with 2 cups of just regular old tap water in your mixer. Now, I have fitted this KitchenAid with the dough hook attachment, and we're just gonna turn this on. You're gonna want this to whip and mix until it forms a dough ball. When it's done whipping and mixing together, we're gonna go ahead and allow this to rise. If you need to knead it a little bit more, the dough should feel sticky, but not should be sticking and separating on the table, okay? You're gonna let it rise for 2 to 4 hours till it's doubled in bulk, and then you punch it down. Do you wanna punch it down, or do you want me to do it?
Yes, I do.
So just go ahead and punch it down. This is the dough, and see how it starts to deflate as soon as you hit that punch?
Yes.
So that is a good rise. So what I did in the bowl was I added a little bit of olive oil so it didn't stick on the sides as it was rising. So now we're gonna take just a regular 1-inch rimmed baking sheet, and we're gonna take our dough, and notice how it's real greasy, but it's not sticking to my hands. This is perfect.
Right, you're gonna get a nice fry on that bread from all that olive oil, yeah?
Right, well, and like focaccia is like known for that, right? It's like so oily and good, and then what do? We dip it in more oil.
Yes. It's kind of like what you say about butter. What do you say about butter?
Mo butter, mo better. However, there's no butter in this recipe.
So then we have olive oil, right?
So we're gonna go ahead and you just want to press this. This is enough to fill the entire sheet. So you want to just press this all the way down in the sheet, corner to corner, and as you know, it's not really retracting very well. This dough has really rested. Now we're gonna start adding our flavor. We're gonna start pushing roasted garlic cloves, papadou peppers.
Now you're talking my language. Yes, please. Do you want me to just grab the cheese?
Please.
Or? Okay.
And I just try to make it a little artistic. Now, I've used tomatoes, garlic, papadou peppers, and a little bit of mozzarella in this, but you can really make this your own recipe. Use some sweet red onion, use some Kalamata olives, dollop some pesto on the top. Whatever you want to do, you can make this your own. You're going to allow this to rise after you cover it with just a kitchen towel on your stove for about an hour till it's risen, and then you're going to bake it in a 500-degree oven for about 15 minutes, and boom. This is how it comes out.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Good. Should we cut it and get into it?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Let's get into it. Look at that, how it cuts, just like a bread. I'm gonna cut it into bars. What do you think?
Yes, and I love the air chambers in the focaccia. It's so light and airy. You know, that's about the Italians. They eat like really light, airy breads that don't fill up your tummy so much.
So good, look at that.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Well, that's how you make focaccia. The recipe will be available on the website and on social media. And when we come back, Melissa will show me one of her recipes from Wholly Stromboli and a lot of her dishes that she features up in Fort Lupton. Come on back.
Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law, what makes us different makes us better.
Welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everyone. I'm Chef David here in the kitchen with my friend Melissa from Wholly Stromboli, and we just made focaccia, and I think that would pair amazing with a soup. And you have a soup recipe.
I have a soup. Especially for these cold winter days. This is one of my favorite soups. So this is a big, what do you call it? Like when you tell something that you're not supposed to tell?
Secret.
Okay, this is the recipe for Italian divorce soup. Do not lose your poop. This is super exciting. Everybody wants me to bring this soup back, and until we expand, I'm just gonna hold off on soups. So,
and she's giving us the recipe right here on the Kathy J Show, everyone. Oh my gosh.
So you better be watching, because here it is. So what I've started is with my meatballs, and I would normally cook them off ahead of time so I get all those juicy bits on the bottom of the pan.
I call that the yummy yummy.
The yummy, yes.
The yummy.
For sure. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add my butter.
Yes.
Now I should already have a good amount of fat in there.
No, excuse me, you know I'm in the kitchen, and when we use butter, we say, mo butter, mo better.
So it's getting happy in there.
Look at that sizzle. Oh my goodness, Melissa.
So much flavor from those meatballs. So I'm gonna let that butter render here just a little bit.
Okay.
I've got some onion, yellow onion, finely diced. I always feel like onion should contribute flavor, but nobody wants to crunch into a big nasty onion in the middle of their soup. So you want to make sure.
Nice skills, Melissa.
Oh, thank you.
You really do.
I learned them from Emerald.
Oh, really?
You know, when other kids were watching cartoons, I was watching Emerald.
I was watching Julia Child on Channel 6 on Saturday mornings.
That is why we're soulmates. So, okay, so I've got my onions, and I'm gonna let them cook down a good 5-10 minutes. I've thrown in some shaved garlic. You can see I don't like to dice it in this soup. Contrary to the onion, I want you to feel the texture of that caramelized garlic in your mouth.
When I fry them up and use them as a garnish, like in wonton soup or whatever, I like that cut on the garlic too.
Yeah.
Like it's the best.
I do the same thing in our arrabbiata sauce at the restaurant. Now,
yes.
Marinara, I want it to disappear. I
you
don't
want to taste it, you don't want to crunch
That's
on
right,
it.
that's right. All right, so these are breaking down nice. And then I just kind of go in order of things that take longer to cook. So I've got some fresh carrots. Do not peel your carrots, people. All the vitamins are in the skin.
All the nutrients are in the skin. I mean, wash them well with a brush, you know, but no need to be peeling them.
No.
I even leave the skins on my potatoes, do you?
Yes.
Same.
Well, yeah,
Same.
right there. So then I'm going to throw in potatoes because those also take a long time to cook down.
Right.
Now here's really important. Potatoes don't have a whole lot of flavor. You have to season them.
They're like a sponge.
And they're gonna suck up your flavors. So I've got some kosher salt in there, fresh cracked pepper because I believe only in using fresh cracked pepper. But I don't have time to crack it today. How much
like
pepper?
The thickness.
40 turns.
40 turns!
Put that in a recipe.
There you go.
Okay. After that, I've got
a chef for you.
I've got my fresh herbs. I only use fresh herbs.
Oh my God, let me smell.
That is oregano.
Oh, that smells so good, Melissa.
Fresh basil.
That's my favorite thing in the kitchen is to smell everything.
Oh, yes.
Like people don't get to really enjoy that the way when they eat it, like when it's fresh going in.
Oh, so much.
I love it, love it.
And if you ask me, my pet peeve about Italian food in some states, or I won't say which one, they throw a butt ton of dried oregano in tomato sauce, and it's Italian.
Right.
No, use fresh ingredients.
Exactly.
God put them there for us to use. Let's use them.
Well, and I mean, how expensive is fresh herbs? You know
right?
what I'm saying?
Can you guys see this on the bottom?
The yummy, yes, with the overhead shot. See that brown bits?
Don't worry.
That's the yummy.
And that's why I love these pans, because you can really build those flavors in the bottom of these pans.
Right.
Right? So we're gonna let those flavors develop. I'm gonna throw in my celery. I have zucchini. That always goes last because that will break down pretty fast.
Basically everything in the produce section, people.
It is so rustic and it sticks to your ribs, right? And it's healthy.
Well, and I like that everything is chunky because it's really gonna be compatible with those larger meatball pieces too.
Totally.
You don't want everything to be, little 1/4-inch dice. You want it to be a hearty soup.
Yes, and I'm on high heat because I really want to sear all of these flavors. And that's really what's going to contribute to my stock, right?
Right.
All right, so I've got all of these flavors building. These are stewed tomatoes.
Oh.
I'm going to toss those in there.
Fire roasted looks like.
Oh, yeah. Now, there's a property in tomatoes that will help thicken your broth just a little bit, and that's what you want. Yeah, I don't want it to be like a super thin broth. I want it a little bit thicker. I want some substance to it.
And once the starch releases from the potatoes too, you also get a little bit more of that thickness too.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
It's so great. So we have some beautiful colors going on here. I want these tomatoes, all my veggies, to soak up these tomato flavors before I add my stock. Here's my Wholly Stromboli beef stock.
Yes.
We're getting into beef stock business.
So are you going to kind of deglaze the pan essentially with this and get all that yummy mixed up in there?
Yep. So you can see it now. You can see the thickness happening. You can see the yummy on the bottom.
Right.
All right, and I'm just going to throw this in there.
Awesome.
Yes.
I love it. It's so fun to cook with one of my peeps.
I know.
Normally, when I cook with other people, I'm explaining, but I'm getting you, girl.
You and I are on the same wavelength. Always have been. You know?
So how long does this simmer?
I'm going to let this simmer for 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
I want all of my veggies to be tender. I'm going to throw in beef base right now.
That just adds additional flavor.
I love this so much better than having to unwrap bouillon cubes. Sorry, bouillon cube people, but
no, I agree. I do use that as well. But before we're done with this segment, Melissa, I really want to talk about some of the dishes you have here at Wholly Stromboli.
Oh, yeah.
So what did you bring here today?
I brought some of my favorites. I have garlic knots. That is our popular appetizer.
Right here.
These
so
are
good.
baked cheese ravioli.
Oh my gosh, you have to get this, so delicious.
These right here are Eric's favorite, husband Eric, Boli bites. They're just our original Stromboli in bite-sized little servings.
Like cocktail party size.
Yes.
Kind of.
Cocktail
And what
bolis.
do we've got here? You have so many amazing pastas on the menu. You guys have got to go check it out. What is this?
That is our pasta arrabbiata. So that is a spicy bolognese sauce with a hit of Alfredo. It is my favorite. I eat it almost every day.
Well, this is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this recipe with us. And you can find this recipe on the website and on social media. And when we come back, I will show you a strawberry tiramisu that pairs well and will end your meal and leave your guests with a wow.
Kathy J. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. Kathy J.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. And I wanted to finish out the show with you, Melissa, and kind of do a different take on an Italian dessert, tiramisu. It is spring. We just had Valentine's Day, and I was thinking strawberries.
Oh, yeah.
And what better goes with strawberries than some heavy cream and some Grand Marnier? So let's get to it, right?
All right.
Basically, all we're going to do is build this up just like a lasagna. So in this bowl here, I have combined a cup and a half of strawberry preserves, a third of a cup of Grand Marnier, and a third of a cup of fresh orange juice. And this is gonna kind of end up being like our sauce. So I just kind of put this, just like half of that all over, and it's just in the bottom. And you're thinking, well, what's that sauce gonna stick to? Well, let me tell you.
Your ribs.
Exactly, you're behind. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add in the lady fingers, and we just wanna layer them in a single layer. Now you can use crispy, you can use the soft, crispy or better, and you know. So we're just gonna layer these in our tray. And oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, this is no bake.
Oh yeah!
Like you don't have to do anything.
We're no bake buddies.
Fantastic. So we'll just do one single layer here.
Okay.
And then what I tend to do is I have, in this mixer, I have mixed 1 pound of mascarpone cheese, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and 2 cups of heavy cream. And what we're gonna do is we're just going to put this on. This is kind of like our ricotta, if you will. If this was our marinara, this would be like our ricotta.
Yes, oh
and
my goodness,
you
that's
just
so
want to do a thin layer. So I would do like half of what's in this bowl.
Okay.
And then using the back of the spoon, you want to just create an easy layer. Do you want to do that?
I can do that, yes.
Perfect. Then on top of that, we're going to arrange some strawberries. Now, when I have a lot of time and things like that, I just do this very artistically, like every other one, rotating the direction, and you just lay your strawberries in right on top. There's some strawberries. Now to the top of the strawberries, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more of that Grand Marnier strawberry preserve mixture, and we're just going to kind of spoon it on and continue layering.
It smells so amazing.
It's so good, right?
So good, yes.
So then to this, we add another layer of our lady fingers. Well, I don't know, why are these called lady fingers? I have
don't they
clue.
look like my fingers?
Not really.
No?
Your nails are beautiful, by the way. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Aren't we a pair? Oh, I love your face.
They're never having us back here again.
I know. Kathy's like, oh my God, what have you done to my show? We'll never break another leg again.
Let's not get fired today. So we're gonna do that, and to the top of that, I put the rest of this cream, and then I top it. I got some freeze-dried strawberries. And what I did was I just pulverized these in a food processor. And that is the top, instead of the cocoa powder, on the strawberry tiramisu. Should we get into it?
Oh my gosh, we should.
Oh my gosh, we have to get into it.
All right.
Can we have a bowl here? Wonderful.
I'm going to just use this whipped cream laden mascarpone.
Because it's so yummy. And I just like to do a nice squirt. Look at how easy it cuts and everything.
And I love the red. It's such a pop.
So good. So there we are. Thank you to everyone for tuning in today to the Kathy J Show during our little Italian takeover. This is Melissa. You can visit her through wholystromboli.com. And if you're looking for catering for your next event, I'm your guy. Give me a ring. ScratchCateringServices.com. I'm here for you. So until next time, make it fabulous, make it from scratch, and we'll see you Monday right here on the Kathy J Show.